Ryan, how are you? Thanks for joining us.
Boys, I'm great. I'm back in Cowtown. Got out of Edmonton safe, and
Good.
that's really all that matters this time of year.
No, of course. I mean, what a awesome, fascinating series you're covering right now. I'm just gonna kind of go with a blanket question to start. What do you think? What are your takeaways at down 3-1 to the Edmonton Oilers so far?
Well, probably like you and others, in every market are discovering and witnessing and enjoying is that regardless of who your rooting interest is for, the team, player, who you cover, the conversations you have, we are witnessing greatness.
Right.
And make no mistake about it. And I don't care who you are loyal to, if it was Gretzky or Lemieux, if it was or Howe, if it was Lafleur or Bossy. We are witnessing, for my money, the greatest, most dangerous player with the puck in the history of the National Hockey League. And I'm not talking about anybody other than Connor McDavid. The guy is unbelievable. And to see it firsthand, eyes on, it's always different when you watch it live. And I don't have a bias. I see him just enough in person throughout the year.
Yeah.
I see him do damage. He has taken another step that's otherworldly. And I say, regardless of what happens, we are seeing him take another step towards absolute greatness, and it's been a pleasure to watch. It's absolutely frightening whenever he touches the puck. That's the takeaway from this series. And when you hear the Calgary Flames talk about, what do you got to do to turn things around, they'll talk about finding their game, but in the same breath, they'll also say one guy is beating us, and that's a scary thought in itself.
Yeah, it's almost like, how do you stop a river from running? It's like, well, you stop it, but it's like, if the river's going to exist, it's going to go where it goes. And that's almost what it feels like with McDavid now. And this feels like a bit of a weird thing to say, because I don't know that Connor McDavid ever had a coming out party. He's been part of our lives since he was, especially living here in Toronto, since he was 15. This guy's been talked up, and even before then. But it does feel to me like this is different, right? This is the moment where we're all going, this isn't a special player for now. This is a special player for all time. And it feels to me like, again, if you would have told me Connor McDavid's going to have a coming out party in this playoffs, I would have said, well, who's been living under the rock? But that's what it feels like right now.
That's exactly what it is. And, you think about those Jordan Bull teams, and, the Bulls had to lose, and they had to go through some lean years, and then all of a sudden it popped. And not to suggest that Michael or Connor wasn't great early on in junior or college, but we are seeing the elite. And I'll tell you, it is just something where you watch his edge work, you watch his strength, and I'm not kidding. He is not a skinny kid anymore. This guy, from the waist down, is packed, and he is just solid back there. And I watched Zadorov at 250 pounds swimming and hanging off him on that one beautiful goal 2 games ago, and it was like, oh my gosh, he is hard to move, to go along with the fact that none of us can catch him, to go along with the fact that none of us can do what he does. Now he's added the strength to go with the speed. It's really impressive, and that is the takeaway, regardless of any bias or any loyalties. That's just what it is, and you have to, no matter what market you're in, just say, okay, now, does he have the best resume? Not yet. No, he doesn't.
Right.
There's guys with way better resumes. So I'm not saying this as the argument that everybody weighs in and says, well, he doesn't have Crosby, or, he hasn't done what Ovechkin. I get it.
Yeah.
This guy, just as a player, is as lethal as there is. I'm at an age where from Guy Lafleur up, I can accurately say that. Beyond Guy Lafleur, I can't.
Mm-hmm.
But those guys were great in their own right. This is just something so frightening at such a level: physical, speed, creativity, making others better. And I'll tell you, the building just sits up the moment the puck is on his stick, and everybody's like, oh, what is going to happen? Doesn't matter what building you're in. You're rising. It's must-see TV. It's too bad we buried him at 10 o'clock in the east.
It is sub-awesome, I'll be honest, that it's that
way. There's a way around that. If he wanted to make his way a few hours east, and then we could get him in the 7 o'clock time.
The ultimate Leaf Show ask. Yeah, just come play
here. I
will
double down. Just because I'm from Ontario and Leaf Nation is absolutely bananas, there is Austin Matthews.
Oh, he's very good.
He's elite.
Yeah.
But he's not where Connor McDavid is, and I'm not even sorry to say that.
No.
He's not.
I don't think anyone here is
And-
watching
and
Connor
and-
going, yeah, Austin does that. No, that doesn't happen.
And he's lethal. He's dangerous, but he's not Connor.
So then what do the Flames do, Ryan? I mean, you've seen this team, and I know you don't have the answer. You'd be the coach, and even the coach is failing. But, like, now what? You know, I feel like if you get so consumed by one guy and forget about everything else, like, if you beat the rest of their hockey team bad enough, can you hang in there? Like, I don't know. They're not done. This Calgary Flames team is too good defensively, too good physically. But I guess what now? What needs to go better for this Flames team to find their way back in the series?
Well, you're right, honestly. Like, that's the million-dollar question. But the truth is that the Calgary Flames still haven't played their best game in the series. They hadn't even found it until last night. You have to feel like, hey, we kept Connor in check. He only had a couple of points. We tied the game up in the third with a fluke Bizarro world goal. And we really liked our game. And we still didn't win if you're the Calgary Flames. You're sitting there going, oh, now what?
Yeah.
Now you're in a huge hole. Goaltending hasn't been spectacular. Top-line guys haven't exactly been dominant. Depth guys have yet to really appear. Chris Tanev is injured. And, boy, did he look like a broken-down man last night, didn't he, on the bench?
Is he okay? Is he going to play again?
No, he's not okay.
Oh, I see.
He's not okay. I thought I heard the MASH theme song playing in the background in between whistles. But, it was sad to watch because he's such a battler, such a warrior. And you could just see where Hyman was around the net, just maybe let's back it up 15 to 25 seconds prior. Mm-hmm. The play was deep, and you could see Tanev calculating, okay, if this is going to hurt, when do I, put the ball? There was no battle in front. I got to pick my spot. And then, boom, it's in the back of the net. And he was just hurting. So he is not okay. I don't know what he would have been shot up with, if anything, but did see him walking down the hall after the game. That's the one where you just kind of look down, hey, and you don't really, hey, how you doing? No, you don't. You just stare at their shoes. So they pass our place. It was just tough to watch, and you just don't have an answer, especially when things are going. Now, do I think they can rally and come back in a game? You're darn right I can. As far as the series, Connor McDavid, as we've illustrated here, is not going to allow that to happen.